Today's video reveals something groundbreaking. The Federal Reserve has reportedly chosen XRP to power the US digital dollar, a move that could trigger the largest wealth transfer in history, one that most people will completely miss. This isn't hype. It's based on leaked documents and insider information that show XRP positioning itself at the heart of a new global financial system. We'll break down what this means, why XRP is uniquely poised for this massive role, and why experts predict the price could hit $20,000 by 2030. If you're serious about understanding the future of money, this is a must-watch. Let's start with the so-called stolen FedNow roadmap, which recently surfaced online. This confidential document outlines the U.S. Federal Reserve's plans for a new digital payment system, designed to facilitate instant 247 transfers. Remarkably, the roadmap explicitly mentions XRP integration as a core component. While official sources haven't confirmed this yet, the leak suggests XRP's technology will be the backbone for the Fed's digital currency infrastructure. This would make XRP not just another cryptocurrency, but a fundamental part of the US monetary system. It's the kind of validation the entire crypto space has been waiting for. But the US isn't the only country moving aggressively towards XRP for their central bank. Digital currencies, or CBDCs, a United Nations document hints that at least 43 central banks worldwide are in the final testing stages, with Ripple's technology imagined nearly half the world's major economies, preparing to use XRP-powered solutions for cross-border settlements and domestic digital currencies. This scale of adoption is unprecedented and puts XRP miles ahead of other crypto projects. The global financial system is quietly aligning itself around Ripple's XRP ledger as a trusted, fast, and cost-effective settlement layer. Why XRP? It comes down to speed, scalability, and regulatory compliance. Unlike Bitcoin or Ethereum, XRP was built from the ground up. For enterprise-grade payments, Ripple's partnerships with banks and financial institutions showcase XRP's ability to process transactions in seconds, with negligible fees for central banks aiming to digitize their currencies while maintaining stability and regulatory oversight. XRP fits perfectly. This is why JP Morgan's recent patent application using XRP as collateral for institutional financing is such a big deal. It signals major financial players are ready to build on XRP's infrastructure. So looking at the numbers, if XRP manages to capture just 5% of the global foreign exchange market, which by the way handles over $6 trillion, every single day, the implications for XRP's price are honestly staggering. Some experts are forecasting that by the year 2030, XRP's price could soar to as much as $20,000 per token. Now, this isn't just some wild speculation, and it's actually based on realistic assumptions about XRP's role in FX liquidity and the massive demand for a digital asset that can, seamlessly bridge fiat currencies all around the world. The math here is pretty simple. Limited supply combined with explosive demand equals exponential price growth. Music. So what does all this mean for investors? Well, simply put, the window of opportunity is still open, but honestly, it won't stay that way for long. The so-called dumb money is already selling, totally unaware of the magnitude of what's happening behind the scenes. Meanwhile, insiders, institutions, and savvy investors are quietly accumulating XRP in preparation for what could be the biggest financial revolution of our time. If you believe in the vision of a digital dollar powered by XRP, now is definitely the time to act. The music Ripple's leadership has also been hinting at these developments lately. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse recently emphasized their commitment to working with central banks and regulators to make sure XRP's role is secure and compliant. Ripple's extensive patent portfolio and ongoing technology upgrades really strengthen the case that XRP is not just another cryptocurrency, but actually a strategic infrastructure asset. The combination of innovation partnerships and regulatory clarity has created a perfect storm for XRP's mainstream adoption. It's important to understand that this is a global story. The United States Federal Reserve's interest in XRP is just one piece of the puzzle. Other central banks, especially in Asia and Europe, are moving quickly to test and deploy central bank digital currencies using XRP's technology. The United Nations document we mentioned earlier highlights a coordinated international effort to modernize financial systems and improve cross-border payments. XRP's decentralized ledger, which offers transparency and immutability, aligns perfectly with the demands of modern monetary authorities. Music as the world transitions to digital currencies. XRP's advantages become more pronounced. Its ability to handle high transaction throughput with minimal environmental impact really sets it a network effect, increasing liquidity and reducing volatility over time. Furthermore, the FedNow service roadmap recently leaked includes plans for deep integration with XRP to facilitate instant domestic settlements. This will revolutionize the payment infrastructure within the United States, enabling real-time payments for businesses and consumers alike. We also need to address skeptics who question whether such a massive price jump and adoption timeline are realistic. The reality is that governments and financial institutions are under immense pressure to innovate inflationary pressures, and geopolitical uncertainties are pushing the demand for reliable, scalable digital assets that can withstand shocks and serve as stable value reservoirs. XRP's architecture uniquely addresses these needs by combining speed, scalability, and regulatory compliance. This is not a speculative bubble. It is a carefully orchestrated transition toward a more resilient financial system, looking ahead to 2030 and beyond. The trajectory of XRP adoption points to a fundamental reshaping of how value moves across borders. The global foreign exchange market is honestly ripe for disruption, and XRP stands ready as a key infrastructure layer with embedded smart contract capabilities and increasing interoperability with central bank digital currencies. XRP is positioned to facilitate trillions of dollars in daily cross-border flows. Its adoption will unlock new efficiencies, reduce systemic risks, and open financial services to underserved populations globally. As the countdown to 2026 continues, expect increasing regulatory clarity, institutional partnerships, and product launches centered on XRP investment vehicles, such as ETFs, futures, and custody solutions will proliferate, making XRP accessible to a broader class of investors. Major exchanges and financial service providers will deepen liquidity pools, reducing volatility and supporting sustainable price growth. In conclusion, the passing of Bill H.R. 963 represents more than just a legislative milestone. It signals a tectonic shift in the architecture of the United States financial system and the global monetary landscape. XRP's elevation to the status of United States reserve currency marks a new chapter in the adoption of digital assets, blending cutting-edge blockchain technology with established financial governance for investors, institutions, and everyday citizens alike. This is honestly an unprecedented opportunity to participate in a financial revolution that will shape the future of money. Stay informed, stay prepared, and don't miss your chance to be part of the XRP movement. The clock is ticking, and the next few years will define the course of financial history. If you believe in this vision, engage with the community, deepen your knowledge, and take action. The era of XRP is dawning, and those who recognize this early will, reap the rewards of foresight and conviction. Thank you for joining me in this deep dive. Remember, this isn't just about digital currency, it's about the future of how we store, move, and grow wealth globally. Keep watching, keep learning, and be ready for what's next. XRP Army Assemble. Just a quick note, this video is for educational and informational purposes only. It is not financial advice. Please do your own research and consult with a financial advisor before making any investment decisions.